morning. I'm Bruce St. James. She's Pamela Hughes. He's Rob Hunter. And here are the stories everyone's talking about this morning. We call it the playlist.
Track 1.
Well, Jerry Sandusky was supposed to be in court this morning for a preliminary hearing. Yeah, not so fast. He waived his right to have one when he and his attorney arrived. Today was supposed to be the first time the victims themselves were going to speak. Obviously, now you know that Sandusky is accused of sexually abusing 10 boys over the past 15 years. The prosecutor said waiving of the preliminary hearing only helps the victims.
Well, you know what? I think that it's interesting because it does only help the victims. And Sandusky all along said that he wanted to face his accusers, face my accusers, and prove that they're wrong. And now, in my opinion, he chickened out a little bit, but it is the victims that won out in this one.
But here's the other side of it.
Okay.
Also, we would know by now what all the victims said. It would start leaking out reports. So Sandusky gets to avoid all of that for another couple of months until the real trial begins. So some think this is actually a smart move by Sandusky's lawyer.
Interesting.
Track 2.
All right, guys, think about it. Are you better off than your mom and dad?
No.
When they were your age, no? No? Well, you know what? It depends on your gender, actually. Today, young women earn about $1.17 for every dollar that their moms earned back in the 1980s. All right, so they're earning a little bit more. When it comes to the guys, you're actually earning about 10 cents less per dollar than their fathers did 30 years ago. See, but women have more advancements right now in the workplace, while the construction jobs and some of those industries are kind of
balancing out. Yeah.
I think we need to start a group for men, because obviously this has become unfair. Where is our version of Gloria Allred?
Nom.
I think it should be you, Bruce.
National Organization of Men.
Yes.
You know what?
I'm in.
All we want is a chance. Okay? All we want is the opportunity to make it in this world. You women are holding us down.
I know,
it's sad,
right?
Pamela.
Yeah.
Quite honestly,
Don't
I'm
be a victim.
Disappointed.
Okay.
Track 3.
Uh-oh, this
What?
one could get Newt in a little bit of trouble.
What
See,
now?
he signed a promise to stay faithful pledge to his third wife.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
now?
see, Newt's out in Iowa trying to get the evangelical vote. It's a powerful group in Iowa.
Yeah.
And they support traditional marriage and they oppose gay marriage.
Of course.
But I don't know if they're going to support Newt. It just seems kind of odd that they would in the first place.
How about a no hypocrisy pledge? Can we get any of them to sign that? Oh, of course we couldn't get, because there's no way you could get elected without lying the entire time.
am I the only one that thinks that he actually signed this kind of pledge when he married his first wife?
Oh, yeah.
And he signed this pledge when he committed to marry his second wife.
And,
So, yeah, also hypocritical.
Track 4.
Well, a little awareness has gone a long way. You may remember there was a 60 Minutes story about a month ago about the homeless kids in Florida. They are living in their cars, children living in cars of their parents. Well, guess what? The 60 Minutes story has helped raise $1 million for these kids specifically. People really want to help them out, especially around the holidays.
Fantastic.
3 colleges have even offered full scholarships, and one of the parents was offered a job as well. I think it is awesome, but let me remind you, there are people in your backyard who are going through the exact same thing.
Yeah, they are, and it's our responsibility as a community to help take care of one another. But it's this kind of story that restores my faith in humanity and the fact that people want to do good things and help each other out, contrary to everything else that we're hearing on a daily basis.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it literally comes down to having a name and a face to put with it. If we actually know that there's a story in it, and these 2 kids that were interviewed by 60 Minutes, amazing kids.
Amazing.
You see, wow, they can persevere while living in a van. I'm going to do something to help them out.
Help.
So I'd encourage all of us to try to find a name and a face to try to help out.
Hear, hear.
Track 5.
Okay, but maybe you're the type of parent that gives your kids too much over the holiday season because you can. Yeah, well, if you think your kids are a little bratty when Christmas comes rolling around, you're not alone. In fact, 3 out of 4 parents say their kids are less than grateful when it comes to getting their Christmas gifts. And 60% say that their kids are more spoiled than their parents spoiled them as kids.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, why doesn't anybody
do anything about it,
right?
yeah.
Because I think that would be the sure sign that if we're all saying our kids are more spoiled and that our 3 out of 4 kids are less grateful, okay, well, guess what? There's a bunch of coal in your stocking this year, sucker.
Godfather.
Easier said than done, Rob.
Yeah, I'm sure
Godfather Bruce and Uncle Bruce is there to pick up the slack. If the parents are going to
there
back
you
off
go.
on them, I'm going to pile those kids high. I will take care of them. Don't you dare worry, kids.
Track 6.
Meet James Davidson. Now,
Okay.
he died a year ago,
I'm sorry
but
to hear
his
that.
estate was up in the air, and he was trying to sell his house. Well,
Okay.
they were trying to sell his house. But guess what he did? He donated all to Uncle Sam.
Really?
Specifically to the Department of the Treasury to pay down the national debt.
Oh, for God's
So the home sold for $1.2 million. So he's doing his part. Now, granted, the entire debt is about $15 trillion, so not going to help. But imagine that. Someone cares this much about the debt. He's paying it down after death.
You know what? We get another 20 million people to do this. You might have an impact on it. I appreciate the gesture, but Congress doesn't see this as a magnanimous gesture. They see it as, hey, here's another 1.2 million we can waste on something.
Yeah, and you know what? To me, your responsibility is to take care of your family. I wonder if he had any family that could have benefited from this estate and this money more so than the government ever could have.
Yeah.
So it's kind of strange to me.
Yeah, they wasted more on paper clips and pencils today than he could ever pay down.
You know what? He cares about his country.
Well, I'll give him that. Congratulations. Thank you. We will think of him fondly.
Yes, we will.
In his loss. That is the playlist. We do it at 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30. We invite you to join us and catch up on the stories that everyone's talking about. It's called The Playlist.